Raise your hand if you know what a Venn diagram is. All right, so a Venn diagram class. It is used to compare and contrast things. It is used to compare things together. So if you compare something, Mr. Thompson, your name is Cody, right? Cody. Can you compare something like two cars? Somebody had like a Bugatti and a Lamborghini. Can you compare those two things? Compare them aloud for me, quickly.
One on red, one on yellow.
Okay, bingo. One on red and one on yellow. So in this thing class, let's all draw a Venn diagram. You're going to draw two big circles. And if anyone has anything to say, I will say it again. Let's raise your hand. You need a pencil, sir? Give me just a moment, I'll get you a pencil. This is a Venn diagram. Does this now ring any bells? Raise your hand if this has rung a bell. Does this help anyone out? Okay, so on this Venn diagram, we're going to compare a rule and a law. But before we compare those two things, raise your hand and tell me, what is a rule? What is a rule, sir?
Something that's in school.
Okay, a rule. He said a rule is something that is in school. I like that. What about a law? Raise your hand if you can tell me what a law is. Raise your hand. What is a law? A law. So, how about we have Miss Renda? Miss Renda, tell Coach Huff what a law is. Okay, she said a law is something you should follow. Something you should follow. So in this Venn diagram, we have two sides. One side has the word rule underneath. One side has the word law. So you said a rule is something that is in school?
Basically.
Basically something that is in school. Okay, do we have laws that are in school too? So a law could also be in school. So instead of writing school in school, you could write school in the middle. So rules and laws both apply in school. But I have another question. What happens if you break a rule? Raise your hand if you can answer that. What happens if you break a rule? Let's go back to Mr. Thompson. What happens if you break a rule?
Right. You get dismissed from summer school.
Okay, if you break enough rules, yes, you could be dismissed. But let's go back to Mr. Norman. Mr. Norman, tell me what happens if you break a law. Look at this. He said you go to jail if you break a law, and you say you're dismissed from summer school if you break a rule. Yes.
You get put on house arrest.
And if you put on house arrest, have the thing right now. Bingo. So most of the time, you have rules at home? You don't have rules at home? Okay, she says yes you do. So at home you have rules, and I guess, is anyone here from Holly Springs? Raise your hand if you're from Holly Springs. So in Holly Springs, you have laws? Okay, so you put Holly Springs. So that's the difference between the rule and the law. If you break a rule, you might not go to jail, you might go to detention. But if you break a law, where might you go, class? Say it aloud. You're right. Jail. Jail. Yes, sir.
Both on consequences.
Ah, the both consequences. I like that one. Both of them are consequences. Right indeed. So, I want to know, do you all really understand what you all are doing, Coach Johnson? So, Mr. Thompson, you seem like you have all kinds of energy. So I want you to show the class how you are to behave. It's the beginning of the day. It's 7:48, and you come into middle school science here at Holly Springs High School. Walk outside, come back in, and show me what you was doing, Coach, on the class. Good morning, how you doing today, sir? You doing well. Ah, very well, very well. Thank you. Let's give him a hand. That's exactly correct. Mr. Johnson walked through this classroom. He, let's see, how do you say? He checked Coach up. I went to shake his hand. He did this here. But then he came back to shake Coach Up's hand. He sat down and he did his what? He did his do now assignment. Yes, sir.
Rude. You see them come here trying to associate and shake hands and stuff.
Oh, yes, sir. But if I put my hand out, I do hope you shake my hand. I appreciate that, sir. So, how about you, man? What's your name? I forgot your name already. Excuse me? Cedricia. Can you walk outside and come back in and show the class how they're to come and coach comes to class? Because I forgot how to do it myself. Thank you, ma'am. And let's see if she does this correctly. Let's see if she does this correctly. Good morning, how you doing? Very well, let's give her a hand. That's the best thing out here. Thank you, ma'am. Class, she walked in quietly, she smiled, and she walked on to her desk and she sat down, she looked to the left, she looked to the right, and she began her do now assignment. That is what you are to do in this class. So, a few more things. What's your name over there, sir, and desk number, who we call, what's your name, sir?
Me,
Tavandra. Ah, Tavandra Dottie. Mr. Dottie, and desk number 8, whose number is been sprayed off. You said if you break a rule or a law, you have what?
consequence.
Bingo. Class, we have consequences. In Coach O's classroom, middle school science, we have consequences. We have rules, 5 rules. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 consequences. So, you break a rule in this classroom, you get a warning. You get a warning. I mean, if you speed, I don't know how many you all drive, but if you speed, I believe the police officer will pull you over. He may warn you, and he also give you that consequence. So, it can be a verbal or a written consequence. Consequence number 2, say it out loud, class. Consequence number 2, say it out loud.
Raise your hand to speak.
Consequence number 2, writing assignment. Raise your hand if you have had a writing assignment ever in life. Just raise your hand. Don't say the word, just raise your hand. Look at this. So we all know what writing assignments look like. In case you don't know, Coach Huff will show you. This is the writing assignment. And in Coach Huff's class, if we get down to consequence number 2, you will write a writing assignment. And it says you write it word for word, all of it, all the black letters. You know, the black ink, ink's not red, that's black ink, right? Okay, let's make sure I have it. Yeah, that's black. You write all of this and just do the day you come back to class. Consequence number 3. It says what?
Double writing assignment.
Class, I don't know about you guys, but if you double this, that's a whole lot of writing. You like to write? Not that much, dang right. So class, consequence number 3 is the double writing assignment. And number 4, class, let's say it aloud.
Detention.
Detention. Detention's not fun. So let's make sure we stay away from our consequence, which is detention. Yes, sir.
How many periods we got?
We have exactly 4 periods. So you come to the classroom, you have 4 periods, and we're gonna go over that in just a second. Yes, sir.
You got to stay in. You got to stay in class?
We're gonna go over that in just a second. Yeah, hold that quick. Hold that quick. We'll go back. We'll go back. And the very last thing, it says the consequences reset each period. Does anyone have any questions about the consequences? Raise your hand if you do. Questions about consequences?